we start fundamentals, we should know what is a computer. So how many of you know, how many of you use computer?
Everybody now.
Okay, so all of you use computer, right? Do you know what you have in a computer? Oh. See, like human body, we have hand, we have leg, we have head, everything, right? So do you know what are the parts you have in a computer? Any computer? No. So we tell you what are the parts and how each part communicates. We are the human. So our brain works, this brain takes care of everything, right? How you move your hand, how you move, how you run. But computer also does the same way. So I first tell you the parts of the computer and then I tell you how each part of the computer works and they connect together. Next. What is a computing? It is the process of using computers to solve problems, right? So you solve problems using computer. And it uses the programming. What is a program? What is a program? Program is a set of instructions. So if you have a set of instructions, then you can compute. Compute means you write the programs, the language, computer understands. And what do? You do solve problems. Not like that, add 1, 2, 3. With the problems which cannot be solved by hand, that can be solved using computers. So computer is a machine. What it does? It does solve your problems. How it solves the problem? Because if computer do not understand your language, human language. So you have to write a language which is understandable by a computer. What is that language? It is programming. Right? What is a programming? It is a set of instructions. Right? So in a program, suppose you write a sentence. Let us say you are adding two numbers. First number is A, second number is B. You add A plus B. So if you add A plus B, you get the result, let us say it is C. So C is equal to A plus B. What is A? A is some variable. When you say A is a variable, you use its value. Let us say A equal to 1. B is a variable whose value is 2. So what you add them together, you get 3. In a normal hand calculation, right? But in computer, it does the other way. What it does, when you add 1, it converts 1 into computer instruction. Because 1 in our mathematics is not same as in computer. Anything you write in a computer, let us say I have to add 30 plus 40. 30 plus 40 is 70. Right? We can do it. But in computer, it converts your program into computer language. In a computer, everything is written in terms of 0 and 1. Anything you write, it converts 0 and 1. So how it does it? It has a method. Let us say I have a number 5. 5 is a digit. 5 is an integer. Why is it integer? It is a numerical value. In computer, when you just stick in the number, it goes into the computer. Where it goes? It goes to the compiler, which change your program into machine language. So, if it is 1, let us say if it is 1, what it does? It does some mathematical calculations. So if I have a number, because in computer understand only 0 and 1. So 0 is an integer, 1 is an integer. So they call binary. Binary means 2. Bi means 2. So any instruction in computer is converted into binary digits. Those digits are 0 and 1. and combination of 0 and 1. So when you have a number 5, so I can tell you mathematically how it does. I can give you here. As I said, computer computes in 0. So 0. So 0 and 1, they call binary digit. Bi means 2. So binary means 2. So the combination should be 0 and 1. And what number system you use? We use 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the number we use. Is it good? We start with 0. Now if I write a number 1, 2, 3. Is it coming from here? Yes. So they are called odd number. This number is called decimal number. They are called decimal number. You know why it is called decimal number? Anyone knows why he called that decimal number? This number is called decimal number. Anyone knows? Deci means deci means 10, right? Deci means 10. And you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many digits? 10. So it is called decimal number. So we human, we use decimal numbers. But computer will not understand these numbers. Computer understand only 0 and 1. So who does it? There is in every computer there is a compiler. You know, you hear the word compiler? Yes. Compiler. How many of you know compiler? Yes. So what is a compiler?
Sir, basically it changes program language from one language to another language.
नहीं that means ये translate करता है. It translate human language into computer program, right? So it is a translator. It is a translator which translate human program into computer program. So when you write this number, it converts this number into 0 and 1. So I tell you how it converts. Suppose I have a number. I have a number 5. So this number will be converted into 0 and 1. I tell you how it does. So what it does, you divide this number by 2. So 2 divide 2 is 4. Residue is 1. Yes or no? Yes. Then 2, 1, 0. This is called quotient. This is called remainder. This is called quotient. So you get the number. So if you divide 5 by 2, you get 110. What is this? 110 is the residue by dividing 1. Then what you do? You write this number like this. So that means you count your 5. 5 10 means 5 is a decimal number. 5 10 means it is a decimal number. This converted into binary 0 1. So for the computer, 5 is this 0 1 1. And this is binary, is it not? Because binary means 0 and 1. So computer does change your number by decimal number into binary in terms of 0 and 1. Who does this? It is your translator, right? Which you call converter. So anything you write, that will be converted into binary. And this binary will be converted back into human readable form. When you read this instruction, because when you write the output, it will be on the screen. So that will be converted into 0 and 1. So anything you write, if I write 2 plus 3, I get 5. So that 5 will be converted in this form. So when you convert it, so now you say, what is 0 and 1? What is 0 and 1? Because what is computer? Computer is made of electrical signals, right? So this is a switch off and this is on. So when you switch on the light, the signal is 1, and when you convert it, it is 0. So all the circuit inside the computer will be giving you these parts. So I can tell you how this part works. I can show you here in that how those parts are integrated together. Next one. Yeah. See, look at diagram. You have a monitor? What it does? It display output. Is it not? You get images, so display images, text, image, videos. That is what you get. Then that is connected with the keyboard and mouse. Yes or no?
Yes.
What it does? It sends input for typing and converting. Because by moving the mouse, I can change, right? So this is your keyboard. Next. Then this is the main part. This is called CPU, which is called processor. This is just like human brain. What it does? It processes instructions. And you have a control units which directs the flow of data. What is data? Your information. So that is flowing from one point to another point. And you have another one, ALU. ALU means arithmetic logical unit. All of you know, right?
Yes.
And that does calculation of logical operation. What is logical operation? What is the meaning of logical? Is comparison, right? Suppose A is an integer, B is an integer. I say A is greater than B. When you say A is greater than B, that means you are comparing A with B. So that greater than symbol is a logical operation, right? If you write A or B, then you are comparing A with B. If you write A less than B, then A less than B. So that is how this operation is performed. And this one is RAM. How many of you know what is RAM?
Random access memory.
Random
Access memory.
So random access memory is a temporary memory.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
When you on the computer, it goes off.
Yes.
So it is the next one. So it says store data when it then hard disk HDD. What is the meaning of HDD?
Hard disk drive.
SSD. What is SSD? What is SSD? Anyone?
SSD is storage.
Solid state
device.
A stands for solid. A stands for state
device.
D stands for
Device.
Solid state device. Those are magnetic devices which are very fast to move the data from one point to another point inside the computer.
Yes.
This all you know. Power supply. Power supply provide power to the
Computer.
So these are the all parts. All next one. Then you have a motherboard, which is inside, which connects everything. That means it connects all parts of the computer.
Components.
Because when you join all the parts, you get the whole set. Then you have input output. You have these type of ports: USB, HDMI. What is USB? It is high definition multimedia interface and universal serial bus. The job of these two ports is to connect various parts of the computer. So that is how a small computer, you can hold and hand also, connects various components inside the computer.
Yes.
And it executes instruction the way you like. Next. As I said, it is an integrated set of hardware and software. What is hardware? What is the meaning of a hardware?
Which
Hardware
component? We touch.
electronic components which are integral parts of a computer. And what is the software? What is the software? Tell me, what is the software? Anyone?
Only the programming.
What is the software? You hear the word software, right? What is the software? If someone asks you, what is software? Can you see a software? No. Then what is software? What is the software? Yes, yes.
Tangible parts of
What? If someone asks you your home, then you talk of software. What is the software? Yes?
Instruction of or
Right.
program.
What you said is right. So software is the
Instruction.
programs. Program is a computer instruction
Instruction of.
plus data.
Yes, sir.
Because if you write a program, if there is no data, you cannot execute. So software is a program plus data. So your hardware plus software plus data
Equal
so
to
that
computer.
you can execute instruction in the computer.
Yes.
What is instruction? Is the set of programs you write.
Meaningful.
Now is a program. What is a program? It depends on what language you are using, right? What programming language you use? Anyone? C program?
COBOL.
What program?
Format.
Yes.
C plus COBOL.
What is that?
COBOL.
Yes.
COBOL.
Nowadays, nobody uses it. Yes,
Python.
Yes, Python. How many of you?
Fortran.
Python, then Java, yes.
C plus plus.
Then? Yes. So, most of the, nowadays, Python is very much in use.
Yes.
Python is an object-oriented program, right? It uses every component of the computer as an object. And then it executes instruction depends on how you write the programs. See, hardware, as I said, it refers to the physical components of a computer system. Essential hardware component includes CPU, as I said. It is the brain of the computer. Just like human brain, it is the brain of the computer. And it executes an instruction and process data. So that means if you have a computer program, you must have data. So data and instruction work together to give you the program value. Because when you insert a program, you get a result.
Yes, sir.
How it does? When the instruction is processed by a
CPU.
Central
Processing
unit of the computer. Next. Let us say RAM. RAM is random
Access memory.
So what is that memory? It is a volatile
Volatile
memory.
memory.
Because when you
On
just switch off the
computer,
this memory will go off.
Go off.
It will be not staying. But there is another memory
Hard
Next
disk
one.
HDD.
that is called storage memory, ROM.
Yes, sir.
Read only
Only
memory,
memory.
ROM. So that memory stays inside the computer. So if someone asks you, what is the power of your computer? You say, my computer is a 32-bit computer, right?
Yes, sir.
Some say, my computer is 64-bit. What that means? When you say,
Memory
my
power.
computer is 32-bit, that means computer can execute instruction of 32, 0 and 1. And that means one word is of length of 32 bit.
Yes, sir.
That means if you write a line, that will be length is 32.
32.
When you say 64, it is 32 plus 32.
Okay.
So that means it is more powerful than 32. In olden days, it was 8 bit.
8 bit.
Very small instruction.
Yes, sir.
Now each one is 32. So that means in a small time, you can execute more instruction to process your computation. Next one. Then you know that input devices. Input devices are keyboard. Input means where you key in. And output device is monitors,
Yes.
printers.
See results.
Yes, and exercises, whatever it may be. Next one. Then motherboard, as I told you. Then power supply, you already know it. Next one. Then software component. So these are very important part. That software is the, as I said, software is the collection of programs. What is a program? Is a set of instructions.
Set of
What
instructions.
is the instruction?
Meaningful.
The machine code and operating system. Every computer has an operating system. Operating system is the manager of the computer who directs every process of your computer. Next. Then application software. See, all of you use word processor, right?
Yes, sir.
It is application software. That means you use it for purpose. So if I have to write a let us say set of let us say text,
Yes.
I use word processor.
Yes, sir.
You just write it and it executes.
Yes.
And utilities and driver support. Next one. A computer system performs several fundamental operations. That is input. Input means receiving data from devices. That means your data is coming from either keyed by keyboard or direct.
computer.
And you execute instructions by
By
the
CPU.
CPU. Next one. Then storage. Saving data in memory
Storage device.
devices. Then output, presenting process data to the user. Communication is the data exchange via network connection. You know, you have a network, right? Suppose you have a two computer. What do? You connect. How you connect? Nowadays, you don't use physical wire.
Connection. Yes.
There is a
Wireless.
device.
Wireless. Yes.
So wireless devices is a software
Yes.
which communicate between computers. Suppose in this room there are 10 computers. You don't need 10 wires.
Yes.
There is a specific software, that is wireless software, which can communicate between software by connecting one with other and so on. That is how nowadays it works. In our days, in 80s and 90s, we use physical wire cables. We call physical cables that connects.
Yes.
Nowadays you don't need it. Everything is wireless.
Wireless.
Next one. Next. This is what I told you. The network. So what is a network? Network means it is a communication device to exchange communication between computers. So like nowadays you use mobile, right?
Yes.
Most of you use wireless, right? You don't need physical device to connect.
Yes, sir.
It is directly connected to your device. Next one. Then there is a, you might have heard the word routers and switches. It uses manage data transmission between devices, one devices with another
Another
device.
device.
Then you have interconnectivity that is enable access to global information online services. So when you have, suppose you have to buy online anything, you go to the, let us say, browser, let us say Mozilla or Firefox. What do? You go to the sites and then search for the site. Suppose you have to go for a hotel booking, you go to the site, right?
Yes, sir.
So that site uses interconnectivity between the online services with global information, communication, techniques, software. Next one. Then next, this is not the yes. Now I give you a simple example. How computer executes instruction in a simple
Simple
language.
language.
Next one. Let us say I'll give you a simple program. Imagine a computer that needs to add two customers. 2 plus 3, simple. And display the result. So what do you do? Step 1, write a program. This program is a high level code. A programmer writes this high level language like Python. It is a Python code. This is a Python code. You write sum. Sum means add these two. Its result is sum. And then you print that sum. So this is easy for humans to understand. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
It is easy to understand for anybody. But the computer cannot execute directly. But computer cannot. It is you can. Because it is high level code. Do you know why you call it high level? See, in computer there is a high level language and low level language. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why you call high level? You call high level because it is understandable to everyone. You, me, everybody.
Yes.
So that is called high level. That means which can be understandable most of the people. But computer language is not understandable by you or me. It is computer only understand. So next one. See, the step 2. What computer does? Compilation or interpretations. The code is translated into machine language. As I said, binary. So the computer can understand it. So your 2 plus 3 will be converted into 0 and 1. Then a compiler, then inside the computer there is a compiler like language C. As I said, compiler is an interpreter. Interpreter means, as you said, Ramana said translator, right?
Yes, sir.
So translator is same as interpreter. We translated the machine code into low, as I said, it is low level instruction. Low level means the instruction in the form of 0 and 1
One.
that is understandable to the computer. This is not understandable for you. So you write a high level language into and computer changes into low level. You understand? So what you write in a program as in Python, that will change into machine code, and that machine code is binary. As it is binary, 0 and 1. By means 2. So binary is 0 and combination of 0 and 1. It may be 0, 1, 1, it may be 1, 0, 1, 0, anything. So if you write 2, so it is called bit. 1 is a bit. 2 is a byte. Then you had 4,
Four.
6, 8,
8.
10. So bit and bytes combined together, you get bits. Next one. Yes. Then what is that? Then CPU follows these steps. First, the CPU reads the instruction, it adds 2 and 3 from the memory. So it takes from the memory, then it decodes it, it understands what instruction means. Then it executes it, performs the calculation. It performs the calculation in terms of 0 and 1. Next one. Inside the computer, see what is happening inside. Inside the CPU, the process happens like this. In load 2, that number 2, what is 0 and 1 into the register. A small storage unit inside CPU, and then it load 3 into register and add A plus B to store the result as a register in the C and send the result 5 to the output. So what you write 2 plus 3 first converts into 0 and 1, then all 0 and 1 converted back to 5 in terms of 0 and 1, which is understandable by your computer. Then computer will return back results in the human readable form, which is 5. Because if you don't understand what is 0 and 0, 1, 1, or as I said, your 5 is 0,
0, 1, 1, 1.
that you cannot understand.
Yes, sir.
So it converts back into human readable form.
Language.
That is how an instruction is computed by computer. Next one. Then you display the result and you get your screen, this copy edit. So you get the result 5, but you don't know how computer computes your 0 and 2 and 5 into 0 and 1, then adding. That means 0, 1 is or 2 corresponding to 5, 3, and then add total, it gives you the result which is 5. Next. So, as a summary, what it does? Computer follows these steps to execute its. It fetch with first collect. It fetch the instruction, decode what it means, then execute action. Execute means it calculates, and then store or output the result. So these 5 steps are done. Though you write in one line 2 plus 3 is 5, but computer takes these 4 first phase, decode, execute, store. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one. Next. See, in simultan, I write program is a recipe written by a programmer. Compiler is a translator, converts to machine language. Then it goes to CPU. CPU is the cell which executes by step. Cell means those who cooks.
Yes, sir.
And then it gives the output is a finished
List.
that means
Display
you
on
get
the
result
screen.
as 5. So is it not these 5 steps? Program is the recipe, 2 is the compiler, what you say is a translator. Then who
Output.
does this process? The cook.
Yes,
It is
sir.
cell.
Save.
It is CPU. Execute step by step, then gives you the output as a finished display on the screen. Finished disk means is the result.
Yes.
That is, you get the result which is 5 by following these 5 steps.
These four steps.
So this is how computer. Next one. Next. Now. So as I told you this one, that we use decimal number system. That is, decimal means 10. It uses the digits 0, 1 to 9.
9.
So that means I get 10.
Yes,
Right?
10.
That is why it is called decimal number
Decimal
system.
number.
So that's I said. The word deci comes from the Latin meaning 10. Next one. So this is how you suppose you have a number 1049. Is it not a decimal number? This is a decimal number.
Yes, sir.
How you convert this? 1 into 1000, right?
Yes, sir.
Then
0 is
into
100.
So 0 multiplied by anything is 0.
Yes, sir.
Then
4
into 10.
10.
Then you get
9 into 1.
1. Look at it. 1 into 10 to the power 3.
Hmm.
Then 0 into 10 to the power 2. 4 into 10 to the power 1. 9 into 10 to the power 0. Is
Yes,
it not decimal?
Yes, sir.
Because it is expressed all in terms of, because all 0. 1 and 0. So now, so you can easily say 1049 is a decimal number because it is expressed in terms of 10.
Yes, 10.
Remember, everywhere you 10, multiply by 10.
Hmm.
1000 is 10 to the power 3. Hence, it is in the form D. D is the digit. D means digit. And then 10 and power is n. And this power n is 0, 1 and 2. Next. This is called binary number system. And why it is binary? Because computer operates electrical signals that have 2 distinct states, off and on. These states are easily represented by on is 1 and off by 0. This simplicity makes binary an ideal system for computer to use. Because it is very easy to locate also, to isolate also 0 and
1.
1. That is why it is used as binary signal. See, this is, I am giving you an example. Give a number 10. Divide by 2. So 10 by 2 is 5. So quotient is 5. And remainder is 0.
0.
What is left out? Then quotient again you divide by 2.
2.
You get 2.
2.
You get what?
J.
Then again you divide by 2 because it is still 2. 2 is divided by 2. You get what?
Constant 2.
Remainder
Remainder 0.
is 0. So 1. 1 is 1 by 2.
Constant 0.
So your quotient is 0. It is 1. So your 10 is 1010. So 10 is a decimal number, but here 1010 is a binary number. because it is in terms of 0 and 1. So when you add any instruction in a computer, it will be converted into this form, 0 and 1.
1.
And it is simple mathematical division, right? If you divide a number, either you get a quotient and remainder 0, or you get quotient and remainder. Because 5 cannot be divided by 2. It will be 2 to 4 and 1 is remainder. Yes, yes. This is important. That is what computer uses. In a programming, a grammar is a formal text of rules defined structure of a program. See, in a computer you write, it is language. What is a language? Language is a set of
Instruction
suppose I
and
use it, let us say
alphabets.
English, let us consider the English language. English language has 26 alphabets.
G, A to Z.
Then each 26 alphabets you can create one.
Word.
If I write cat,
Cat.
cat is coming from the alphabet.
Yes, sir.
So cat has a meaning.
Meaningful word.
But in a computer, cat is called a string. String. S-T-R-I-N-G. String.
Okay.
So string means it is a combination of anything.
Okay.
If I say pad, so it is also a string.
Okay.
That is how it works. Next one. See here, I give you. So this is I have given you. Alphabet is a set of symbols. Symbols is what, and that is 0 and 1. Because computer uses only 0 and 1. So I write a sentence as string of symbols. You can write because you know 0 and 1. You can have 0, 1, 0, anything you can write. So that is called in computer a sentence or a word. Then what is the language? Is a set of sentences. Yes. Is it not sentence? If you write English, let us say you write English language, it is a set of sentences. If you have a set of sentences, you can write an essay.
Yes, sir.
In computer, this is nothing but 0 and 1. So we write language A. Language A stands for the language. A is a set of sentences. Now what is the grammar? Because in English, you use the grammar. Why? To have a correct sentence.
Yes,
If I
sir.
write, it is raining.
Yes.
So is a verb.
Yes.
So
It is
raining.
subject.
Raining.
Is-
It is raining. It is giving a sentence. In computer, a grammar is a finite set of rules. Rules is if you have sentences, you can write 0 and A. So these are the set of rules you have to follow. And it is, it was developed in 1959. It is not, so computer is not new. It was developed sometime in 1959.
1959.
So it says language is a set of collection of sentences of finite length constructed from finite alphabet. These are alphabets. So from alphabet you construct sentences. Now grammar can be regarded as a device that enumerates sentences of the language. So if I write 0 word 1 from L word, I can generate a number of sentences from here. Yes, next one. See, I have given alphabet in a computer. An alphabet is a finite, non-empty set of symbols. So we use the symbol. This symbol, sigma? Like this.
Yes, sir.
So sigma denoted as an alphabet. When it is a binary, I write 0 and 1. Then all lowercase letters, A, B, C up to Z, you use in computer, right? So that is also symbols as. Then alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means letters and digits. If you write 1 and A, so it is alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means alpha is alphabet.
Alphabet and numbers.
All these letters. So that's why alphanumeric A to Z. Small. See, look at. There are 3 categories. One category is small a and z. Next category is big A and Z. And then 0 to 9. So these 3 combined, you get alphanumeric. Alpha is alphabet. Numeric means digits. Then you have DNA molecule letters. So this is another set of language they use, ACGT, for biological calculations. Next one. Next. Here. So a string. String is what? Or what is a finite sequence of symbols chosen from sigma. because sigma state gives the symbols. Empty string. So let us say this is a class, right? So class is called a set.
Yes, sir.
You hear the word set? So this class is a set, right? Now when all of you get out from the room, it is empty,
Yes, sir.
is it not?
Yes, sir.
So that is what empty string.
Empty screen.
So when nobody is here, this class will be empty.
Empty.
So empty means nothing.
Nothing.
Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Empty is
Nothing.
That is what it is. And then length. We define length. Suppose I have a string A, B, and C. I say string means is a combination of alphabets or letters together. If I say A, B, and C, so it is combination of A, B, and C. What is the length of A, B, and C? 3.
3.
Because there are 3 letters.
Yes.
So length is 3.
3.
So you write, and we use this line to denote it is positive. So if I write, let us say here, if I write here, look at here. I write X is a string. String is a binary digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Its length is 6.
6.
Because it gives you the size. Length is
Size.
Suppose I write this line. There are 3 persons, so this size is 3. That is how. And then if you have X, so XY. Suppose you have a string X and I have another string which is Y. We call them concat. Concat means join. So you can join A with B, B with C, C with D. Depends on how you construct join. So joining is X. It is not X into Y. It is X and Y. If X is X, if X is 0 and 1, if X is 0 and 1, Y is 1 and 0, it will be 0, 1, 1, 0. So it is length 2, but when you write XY, it will be length 4. Next one. Then power. Power means, let us say when I write A, then I write A square. That means A into A. So then 2A. So power of A is 2. Right? So here also in the language you write alphabet, this K denotes the power. So when it is 1, it is 1. When it is 2, it is 2. And then you add them together. Next one. Next. Yes. We say, as I said, A is the language of four states consisting of n number of 0 and 1. N number means it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n numbers. So that's why I write here. So if I write this, so this will give you empty.
Empty.
Empty means no
Nothing.
But this is also, as I said, if everyone goes from this room, it is empty. Empty means
Nothing.
null. Null means no one is present. But when the class is full, we say it is a full. So what is a set? Set is a collection of objects. Here, set is a collection of students.
Student.
Depends on how many students are there. If there are 20 students, so length of the class is 20.
Yes.
So that is how it takes. So here, this is not pi, right?
Pi.
This pi is called empty language. Now it is something surprising. What is empty language? So if there is an empty string, then empty language. Because nothing is there, so it is empty. So corresponding language in computer is the empty language. So it very much coincides with what we call in normal verbal speaking the same as this. So you use empty language depends on empty string. If there is an empty string, then you get an empty language. Or sometimes it is called null. Null means zero.
None. 0.
Yes, next.
None.
Next. Yeah. So look at this. I say again summarize what I say. Language is a set of strings. Strings is same as what? I say a sentence is a sequence of symbols from some alphabets. So these are the strings. Cat, dog, house. They are strings. But I write language, they combine together, I can get a language. computing language. So, they are language. Alphabets are A to Z. Now, using A to Z, I can have a number of language derived from this. Next one. Language used to describe computational problem. Did you hear the word primes? Anyone? Primes? Numbers? Yes?
Which
Divided
have only two factors. Prime numbers are the numbers which have only two factors. One is
one
itself
and
one.
divided by
So,
1.
prime numbers are number
Which have only
Divided
two
by
factors.
1
which
and
are divisible by self and
1. Yes.
self and one.
And
Self
1.
and one.
Is it not?
Yes,
Self
sir.
means if so, and prime numbers must be greater than 1.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So, if I write 2, it is a prime. Because 2 can be divided by 2
Yes, sir.
and 2 is divided by 1.
1.
But if it is 5, that is also prime. But if I say 10,
No.
10 is not prime,
Prime.
because it has more than 2 factors.
2 factors.
Because 10 is 2 into 5, 10 by 1 and 5 into 5.
Yes.
So, a prime numbers are numbers which are divisible by self,
Self
and
and
1.
1.
Whereas, these numbers, now even numbers, I say 0, 2, 4, 6, is it even numbers? Why 0 is even number? Why 0 is even number?
0 is whole number, sir.
No?
No,
What is
sir.
even number?
Divided by 2. Divided by 2.
No.
Which number?
Even numbers are multiple of 2.
Multiple.
Right? If I write 2 into n is even, right? If you write two times n, you take any digit starting from 0 to 9, right? Multiply by 2, you always get an even, right? So any number can be represented by 2n. When n is an integer, this integer starts from 0 to 9, right? Now, if I write 0, I can write 2 times 0. Yes or no? So is it not an even? It is even because 0 is 2 times 0. And definition is 2 times n. What is an odd integer? 1 is odd, right? Is it not?
Yes, sir.
2, 3 is odd. So odd integer is 12 plus 1. Right? Take any integer 1 to 0 to 9. If it is 0, so even 1. That's why odd integers, if you write here, even integer 0, 2, 4, 6, is it not multiple of 2? So that is how, yes, odd and evens are represented by 2n and 2n plus 1. Next one. See. His number x is prime. So if you look at x, this symbol you know,
Belongs to.
belongs. X belongs to primes. So we are all prime numbers. Is it not all prime? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17.
17, 19.
Then what is the next one?
19.
Then
23. 23.
23. Then
29.
29.
31.
So can you tell me how many prime numbers you have? Infinite.
Infinite.
What is infinite? What is the meaning of infinite?
Cannot express.
Define. What is how you define what is finite? I say the number system is finite. How you define it?
We cannot calculate.
So which you can calculate, which you can count,
Count.
Cannot get anything.
which is not countable.
Yes, sir.
That is infinite.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you can count 1, 2, 3, then it is finite. If you cannot count, then it is infinite. If I write 1 divided by 0, what do you get? 1 divided by 0.
Infinite.
Infinite. Because you cannot divide 1 with 0. Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that is how you divide. Next one. Here, look at that. I have an alphabet. It's a set of symbols. That is what I said. And I define by notation A, B. A string is a sequence of symbols from the alphabet. Look at, I write here, this is alphabet and this is also corresponding string. So from A and B, I can have this kind of string, yes or no? Because it is a combination of A and B. So when computer executes this kind of string, depends on what is the program it writes, and it will be in terms of 0 and 1. I am writing A and B, but in computer it will be in terms of 0 and 1. So in the other side, I write variables. What is the meaning of variables? What is the meaning of a variable?
The value of it is not fixed.
Yes, yes.
Value is not fixed. It
Value?
changes.
Yes.
It
Is
changes
value-
from the parameter.
The quantity which changes its value. So it is nothing but a place value, right?
Yes,
If I
sir.
say x, it is a value. But when I write x equal to 13, then it is the value of x.
Okay.
As you said, right?
Yes.
Right. So variable is a value whose value changes depends on how you change it, right? But if it is a constant, it never changes. Right? So here if you look at, here you write U is A and B. So I can change A, B to C and D. So its value changes because they are not fixed. But if I write it is 0 and 1, it cannot be changed. Because it is fixed. Right? So you can construct from the alphabet a string. String is nothing but what? In English, let us say A to Z is the alphabet. From the alphabet, I construct a word BAT, bat. Is it not a combination of B, A and T? B, A and T are joining together to give you a word BAT. So BAT is a word derived from the alphabet A to Z. Then from here, cat is running. I get a sentence. So the sentence is a collection of words. Because cat is a word, is a word, 2 words, and cat is running. Running is also a word. So your sentence is nothing but collection of words. That collection may have a meaning or may not have a meaning, depends on how you write the sentence. Now if you write a sentence, then you can construct a number of sentences. So when you construct a number of sentences, you will get an essay. Let us, if you are asked to write an essay, it is a set of sentences arranged in some definite form. So in a computation, you use the 0 and 1 in writing different types of sentences, depends on how 0 and 1 can fit the domain of the language. Next. As I said, these are decimal representation by this I already said to you. Next one. See, this for unary. Unary means all ones. Unary means one. So if I write, but it is binary, is it not? Because it is combination of 0 and 1. When I write 1 and 1, it is binary. But because it is 1, so it is unary and decimal numbers is 0. So here I write 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, next. Now how you operate? See, when you have a computing word, let us say I have to join 2 words. So in that case, what I do? W stands for the word. A1, A2 are the. So if I write A, B, B, A, it is the string. Then I write B, 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 A, A, A. So this is another word. It is coming from B. Because B is B1 to BM. What is the BM? Last is BM. So it starts with 1 and ends with N. Then that is a one content. Content is the join. So if I have U and B, I can join U and B. That means you combine U and V together to get N1. So that is what I am doing. I am writing quantity here. A1, A2, AN, B1, B2, BN. I have two strings A, B, A, B. So I write A, B, B, A, and then B, 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 A. So it is, you get a bigger word which combines more number of zeros, depends on how you define in terms of addition or subtraction. Next. Then you have what you can reverse. Reverse means reverse. How you reverse the what? So when you have, let us say this is the one A B A B A B B B. Look at the side. And you reverse it from the other side. So if you look at it is B B B, then A B A B. Is it not reversing? So you can reverse, you can add, you can subtract. Next one. Then you can divide the length. If you have a string A1, A2, then what is the meaning of A1, A2, A? This tells you have n number of strings starting from A1, n with An. That means there are n numbers. Because if you count from 1 to n, so total is n. So you write what is the length? Length then? It is n. Because length of the word is n. That is how you calculate. So if you write here, if you have A, B, B, A, its length is 4. Because there are 4. Then if you write A, its length is 2. And when you write A, its length is 1. That is how computer counts the wording of the 0 and 1 digits, depends on how you write it. Next. Let us give some example. If you add 2, so you need U and B, two words can be added together, is U plus B. U plus B, if the first word is AAB, so length is 3. Then second B, what is the length here? Tell me what is the length here? 5. You have A, B. How many? 5. So its length is 5. Then if you add them together, you get 8. Is it not 8? So length of the string defined by the alphabets which are combined from 0 and 1, you get 8. Next one. Then empty, as I told you, empty string is this symbol. What is, you know what is the last symbol?
Lambda.
Right? And the first one? Epsilon, right? It is epsilon. So epsilon length is 0. Because it is empty, its length is 0. And then you have different combinations. Next one. Yes, now I write substring. Look at substring. You have a string A, B, B, A, B. It is a string. String, I said, in a computer language is same as what? So string is a combination of words defined by the letters. Here letters are A and B. Now what is sub? Sub means part. So if you take from here the first part, you get a substring. So why it is a sub? Because it is a part of this. Second one you look at. This is sub, so this is a substring. Then you look at middle one. I can take out the middle one, I get a one string, which is B. And the last one if you look at, it is B, A, B. So you can, from a string, you can always cut into pieces and you can get substring. Because it is used, why? Because computation use only, here I use 0 and 1, but I am not using here 0 1 to explain you to write in terms of A and B. What is A and B? Alphabet. From the alphabet, you construct. See, in English language, from the alphabet, you construct what? From the word, you construct sentence. How you construct sentence? Using grammar. You cannot construct a sentence without a grammar. In computer also, you cannot construct computational sentence unless you use computer grammar. So, just like English language, computing language also has its own grammar. And that grammar rule must be followed to derive a sentence. What is a sentence? It is a set of words. In computer, it may have a meaning or may not have a meaning. So here I can have string and substring. Next one. Look at. String is A, B, B, A, B. It is string or what? I write